All right, we got the key switch in. It's right here. It's the right five pinner. I'm gonna try to poke these wires out of here, and hopefully we can reuse them. Let's see how they come out. There's the yellow one come out. So we'll turn this over. This white wire is going to be yellow. Pull that white wire out. Make sure you kind of lift this thing back up where I bent it down. We'll push that back up. Stick that in there. She locked. Try to get this red one up out of here if we can. I think she's coming out. Yep, she come out. Make sure we get that pulled back up. There's a little here. So I'm gonna pull that one out of. Pulled it up out of. I pulled it up out of this one. Use a wire. I'm gonna try to reuse all the spots I can. There we go. This purple wire is gonna be the worst. That red wire there come out because I already pushed that one. That went there into this red one here. Get this black one out of the way. The black wire goes in there. And these are the ones that are rusted and swelled up out of there. So I'm gonna see if I can't cut that, maybe to help get that loosened. Yeah, we may end up having to use them wires. I don't really want to. Wish I could find some more of them somewhere. Get this off here. Yeah, we got all of them we've used so far out of there. Let's see if we can't get this purple one up out of here. I'm gonna go get cutters and see if I can't cut that off around there. Yeah, I tried to cut them out of there, but one broke, and hopefully these will be strong enough or good enough, whatever. Yeah, that didn't work. So, let's see if we can do this one again. It sucks that this purple one's gonna be isn't going to be real big, and that's the starter wire. I guess it only goes to the solenoid, so it shouldn't be too bad. All it's doing is activating the solenoid and then the solenoid just acts like the big switch. So we should be all right there with that. That hurt. Here's the little blue wire. I'm gonna pop that out of there. Make it easier to put on. If I can get her to come out. There she goes. I'm gonna make sure you push that tab up out of there. Until tab here so it locks back in there. See how we got it pushed out? Cut this thing. That's short. Strip down. Ah, come on. There we go. Give her a little twist. Give her purple wire here a little twist. It's kind of like a GM. GM's got the, Chevy's got the purple wire for the starter. There we go. Pinch it down good. Oh, I think I cut that in half. Yeah, I pinched her out too tight. Pinch her clean down up into the side. There we go. Pinch her clean in half. Yeah, let's go. There we go. Let's get this blue wire in there. She's in there. There we go. All right. I'm gonna make sure this one needs the tab pushed out too. Still. Oh, that's too far. Black one went here. Flip her over that way. Here. That way. All right. Cool. Everything's done. What I gotta do now is try to figure out how to get these wires put on that light switch. I'm gonna struggle with that off camera though. All right, I ain't even messing with them lights. Come on. Push it on there. Get on there. All right. Just getting the nut out here to tighten on this here. We'll throw the battery in and see how she does. Right there. To get the keys and you guys see where I set the keys? I already lost the keys. There they are. I just want to see how the thing sits on. Alright, let's get the battery set in here. We'll see how she works from there. The lights ain't getting hooked up yet. I ain't doing it. It's just too much. I took the other battery out of here and put in my zero turn. I've got to get some I gotta get the bolts, guys, so I'll be back to hook that up. Alright, we got the battery hooked up. Let's see. Nothing. Still nothing. Oh, I didn't hook the solenoid wire on it. Alright. Oh, I gotta put the power wire on that thing there too. Ready? Little choke. Come on. I smell gasoline. Let's just see if when we turn this key on, if we get something to the coil. No power to the coil. I don't think. I'm not getting any power to the coil. So we're not getting any power to the coil for some reason. I don't know why we're not getting power to the coil from there. Maybe be something in here. I'm not positive, but something there ain't right. I need to get the voltmeter and check and see if we're getting if we're charging. All right, when I shut that off, this wire got hot and started smoking. Look at that, melted that down. So the key switch is a little different than the other one, obviously the terminals. But look back there, the coil wire, this yellow wire, is was going to the ground, so that's why it wouldn't start on there. On the back is what it looks like. Looks like that's the ground to me, anyways. And I ain't sure the black wire on here, and I'm not sure if that's actually supposed to be to a ground or not. So we're gonna, yeah, see, that's supposed to be a ground. So the black and yellow wire are in the wrong spots to what it should have been. So we're gonna reverse them. I went off of what the other plug was, as you guys seen. So I'm gonna reverse them plugs. We're gonna see if them are, so in that way. So ground should be this black. That should go there. I plug that in like that. That goes to ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this key on, and we're going to check for continuity between the battery wire one, which is this top one, and where that coil wire I think it's supposed to go. That goes there. Go with this. Where's the red one? Here. Yep. Okay, so yeah, let me get that old key switch, and we'll. Cause see, look, this isn't grounded right here. That other one's grounded to the case. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I may have screwed up myself here. So I may have got them mixed up myself, but let's see. Yeah, see, no, there's two little things there. So let me check the other one next to it here. See what we got continuity there. There, no continuity. Key on. So that has no continuity to nothing. I could plug this in here. Turn this to volts. And we'll check to see if that's a ground. Nope. But the other side is grounded. So with them two wires, we're mixed up there, I guess. I don't know. So I plug that in. Okay, so I think in the wrong spot again. So I put her in the wrong spot again. Okay. I actually put that into the coil slot. Oh, clickly. Okay, so she's gonna plug in like that. And this wire will go down here. She's locked in. And we're going to put the yellow wire down here on the bottom side. Hopefully this will make it charge too, but she wasn't charging. Okay. Okay. Everything's hooked up. That back on there. I don't know. Battery's dead, obviously. Yeah, I got this. I don't know. I just don't know. Well, I'm going to get the jet battery charger, stick the battery charger on here, and let her charge up for a little bit. Alright, so I went ahead and undid the yellow wire altogether. That's not the coil wire. The black wire, I stuck it there, so I don't have that yellow wire hooked up. I'm actually charging at 13 volts. This is turned off, so We're at 13 volts, and I don't have to have coil wire hooked up. So these are for the lights, though. I need to get them hooked up, but wire's right up. Now we're not charging it yet. I don't know why we're not charging. Maybe that yellow wire is for the charge. Meter's jumping around pretty good. So you can sit this in there, that meter will. Oh, I get it back. You know what? That might be the PTO wire. Nope, the PTO kicked on. I don't know why it ain't charging now. It was. That's a shot up to 12.6 volts right there, but I don't know what this maybe that goes down to like the stator or something. Maybe the stator's bad. That might be the charge wire, but still blowing stuff out. I don't know, but anyways, we're just gonna let her run like that and see how she does. If not, we'll have to get in there and take that cover off. Probably end up changing the starter or the stator right down behind here, just behind the flywheel stuff, if that's what it is. So, all right, well, let me mess with this a little bit. All right, so we got the got these in here. I had to beat this rod right here. Had to break that stuff free to get this arm off. This is where I've got to on this. Oh, let's see. So there we go. She's going over there on that. I do have to figure out how to get this rod up off here, though. You take this rod here. We have to figure out how it goes and attaches up there, and then it's got to go and attaches up there to that arm, obviously, somehow. I'm sure there's something underneath there that when we get underneath here to see how to take that rod off, we'll know how to kind of hook it up to this one. So that's where we're at. I can lube up this transmission shaft too, where it's right here needs to be greased without it shifts gears. So we got to get this loose now. So we have Allen heads here. We got to get loose. That shaft should slide out of there, but like I said, should. Man, it's gonna be hard unless we unbolt the whole thing off there and just bolt it on over to here, which I don't really want to do. That's the whole seat bracket and everything that's got to come up off there. So let me just get some Allens and see if they're going to fit. I don't know where I put them. I told you, this shop's gotten horrible. So let me find my Allen wrenches and we'll get to trying to get them loose. Right here and right here. I'm probably gonna have to have a lot of WD-40. I got PB Blaster. So we're gonna have to be heating this up. They don't want to move. They don't end up moving, we'll have to end up drilling them out. And then, yeah, she come right free. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Grab some pliers here. Get that up out of there. Come on. Come on. I had to beat that in there with the hammer so we wouldn't strip it out. And now she don't want to come out. Yeah, she's hot too. Hotter than heck. I don't know. I'm always fighting. It seems like always fighting my projects, and that's why I don't like doing projects anymore. Golly. She's coming out slowly. Come on. Yeah, I think you guys have watched me struggle enough on this. All right, I did get them loose right here and here, and 2 Allen bolts. But I think we're gonna do it different. We're gonna go ahead and take these bolts out, and then we'll be able to slide this off, and then we'll be able to fight this without this in the way. We'll see how that works. There, go ahead and lube that up now. Keep lubing her. Let's see what size them are. They're not 1/2 inch. Have to see. See, find the 14 here. Let's see if they're 14. Well, 9/16. Yeah, that's 9/16 there. Ain't sure what that is out there in there. Come on now. Both them out here is 9/16. On 9/16 or something. Right here's the 9/16. Let's see, that other one's probably a 15. And we can try that if it will fit, if my gun will fit in there. Barely. That one's out. Barely fit in there. And of course, that one don't want to fit. Let's see. Nope, don't have one of them. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, that sucks. Looks like we're gonna have to hand ratchet it, so we'll bring you back. Yeah, bolts are out. You can tell that's not a. Oh, yeah, she froze. She a frozy. Frozy moly. Well, that ain't work, did it? I can see why it's not wanting to turn. My tines are on the ground. Not real sure how to do this. Let's go and jack this up. And oh yeah, she in there. Well, looks like I'm gonna be fighting this one. All right, well, this wasn't, none of this stuff's working out the way I wanted, so I'm taking the long route. This was slid on there like that. I took that up off there, so that's where I'm at now. So this whole thing's got to slide that way, and then slide back out that way, I guess. So it looks like I'll have to move this out of the way. Man, a lot of work. And these collars here will have to be moved. This thing had two set screws in it, but not sure how if it actually went in and held that or not. If I was just able to beat it off there. Watch it. I wasn't mean it that way. So we'll I need to try to move them collars. And we'll see how that goes. So let me get a hold of that collar and see if we can't wiggle it. Oh, hello, folks. Oh, I don't know. May have to let these soak. But my heat ran out, so ran out of heat and get the old pickle fork in here and see what goes. What's gonna happen here. Now, so guess what? One side's got to come off. That's all there is to it. I really don't feel like doing that. So, yeah, one side's got to come off. And then they'll slide off that way. I don't know why they're probably just froze solid on there. So, we'll have to. Yeah, so let me fumble with them and get one side loose, and we'll go from there. Because that one there's this one's junk, but the tiller's good, and then that one's real pristine. Yeah, we got it off there. Just had to take one side off and it's come right off. So now we just need to hook it up over here. We have to free up these pulleys, get some different pulleys or something. A little wet right there from the seat of this one. Let's get it pushed forward. There we go. So I might as well just go ahead and loosen this bracket and take it up off there now and go ahead and get it ready to go on. Alright, we got her hooked up. And just these two bolts here, this bolt, that bolt down there, removed this side. And then just put the thing in there. Probably need to, I don't know, maybe just whack that with a hammer, see if I can bend that over a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. They fit in there all right. But she's on there. We just got to get that part there hooked up. And I think that'll be pretty easy. Slam a couple bolts through her. And it should be hooked up. And then we'll do the rest of the stuff tomorrow. The rest of the whatever you want to call them. Let's see what that's the other one. Yeah, we'll probably have to get something to. There's that side. And there's that side. I'm gonna get different bolts. But it's hooked up. You see the little gap down there. Right down there, between there. That arm. So I'll have to get a spacer for that. Or change that one piece out. I can change this out for this flatter one on that side, but I don't want to. You see how that one's flat, not flared out. I don't think it'd be really that hard to get off. Yeah, she's a jewel. So, here. Yeah, she's a jewel. I think that would go up a little higher than that. I guess not. Hitting something, I think. Or it's just, that's just how high she's gonna have to go. Yeah. I think it's the same as how high it went on that one. She's up there quite a ways, so she'll be all good. So tomorrow we'll get these bolts in down here, and we'll get them in, and then we'll figure out how to get this rod off on this side and get it hooked up here. And the way it looks, like if you pull this to raise your deck, see how much it's not even moving. I go way down now. I can, I'll have to adjust that. So I think if I adjust it where, because it's on the ground all the way. So if I can go and adjust that where I can start picking that up way before, and that will drop that, tiller down. It drops tiller, raises the deck. And this deck would be up a lot higher than that. I also got to try to straighten this thing up. Ugh. I may look on eBay and see if somebody's got one of them. But yeah, we'll have to get that piece fixed. But yeah, we'll have to adjust that. That will raise the tiller up when we go forward, and then when we pull back to raise the deck, we'll raise the deck, tiller goes down. Of course, once we get that cable tightened where the deck and the tiller will be able to sit level when you got the deck raised up some, and then when you raise the deck more, the tiller drops down farther. So it'll be like this. Here, give me my hands. So tiller, deck raises, tiller lowers, middle way, tiller up, mower down. So yeah, everything else is freed up. We gotta look into this, maybe tighten that up a little bit, because she's a little walled out there. Hoping I don't have to. I don't really like that. Hopefully I can just cinch that down and not have to worry about it, call it good. Or maybe remove it altogether. But we still have this to put on, but these are seized. This one here turns a little bit. So we may have to find us some type of pulley there. I think that's more of to help it stay on than anything. You see, she goes like that up there to the front. So we'll clean this out real good. I clean that shaft off. So we'll be on this tomorrow.